It looks like we have a vocal effect. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ludicrous back again, and today we're gonna be doing how to sound like Lil Peep. It's been a long time since I made a Lil Peep tutorial. I made one a long time ago. Once again, rest in peace. Yeah, that was a long time. That was the classic CrabLord times. Before we get in the video, make sure to subscribe, notification bell as well. My description is chock full of sweet things, including preset packs, which, like I said before, if you use my preset packs and you make a song with them, please email me the song. I will listen to it and respond. I like responding to emails. DMs give me anxiety. I'm sorry. It's how my brain works. Anyway, Lil Peep, save that. Let's get in the video. All right, so as you can see, I got 3 tracks here. We have a Peep lead and a back 1 and 2. It's very simple. The instrumental was reproduced by this man right here. Thank you so much for this. I'll probably get copyrighted, but who cares? I do all the time. First thing we gotta do is re-record the vocals, so here we go.
My life can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit. All she want is payback for the way I always play that shit.
Well, if you like how that sounded, this is how we're gonna get it. So right now I'm gonna create a new track. It's gonna be called Dry to Lead. This is how you set up the entire track. You wanna do this first, and everything else will follow suit. These are 3 different recordings. They're not tripled. You record one, but then you record 2 backups differently. I'm bringing the lead track down to the new track. This is what I sound like naked, as you see.
My life can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit.
That's naked. But now we'll bring the lead down right above it. Pull everything over one by one and you'll see how it changes. There's a little gap here, but that was just a little mistake I made as I was creating it. First in the chain is pitch correction. You can argue me with this if you need it or not, but I want to use it. Major scale D. Could be wrong, but don't know. Doesn't matter because you're not remaking the song. 40 response times what I'm using. 40 is a good threshold for not really hearing the autotune effect, but also kind of correcting you at the same time. I recommend just doing major or natural minor and checking every root until you get it right, because that's all I can tell you. With just pitch correction, it sounds like this.
My life can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit.
Eureka. Moving on, channel EQ. Let's shape the vocal. EQ, channel EQ, mono. It's a little extreme if you want, but double click these settings if you like. You won't have to hear what I'm saying. I just wanted to bump the high up first. At a 3K, we took it +9. Dropped the 1K. Took it down to 400 a little bit, and then cut it off at 100 like always. And also making a tiny shelf at 200 with the orange. You mainly wanted to shape it so the high is present more, and the lower to mid areas are a little bit cleaned up. We will close it and not play it yet. First, compressor. We'll bring it over. Dynamics compressor mono. So Studio FET is right here. Auto gain off. Have this off as well. Distortion is on soft. Ratio of 4.4 to 1. A threshold of -21.5. A makeup of 5 because as I talk you can see the little needle going to -5. Or 10. Attack at 44. Release at 91. Close it. And next compressor. We'll bring it over. A little double compressor action. That's dynamics compressor mono. Go within it. Studio VCA. Auto gain off. Distortion on soft. Ratio 2.9 to 1. -29.5 threshold. Makeup 0. Attack at 83. Release at 220. Made them rather slow. This is a Studio VCA red. We will play these with the 4 plugins.
Fuck my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit.
Next, we have a multi-pressor. It is another compressor, so there's 3 stacked on top of each other, like Lincoln Logs. If you were around back then to play with Lincoln Logs, it was a very fun time. Dynamics multi-pressor mono, and within it, I just quickly did this. I spaced them out like this: 60, 1100, 5000. Then I raised some and took away some. -9.5, -1.5, 4, 4.5. And then we changed the thresholds right here. -11.5, -10, -1.2. It is peaking right now, so I'll turn it down a little bit. Second channel EQ. This one, EQ channel EQ mono. This is a very minor detail, but I wanted more of the mid to high area raised because I heard that in his voice a little bit. So at 2K, I raised it +3, and then at 500, I dropped it -1. We will play it.
Fuck my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit.
Keep in mind, you don't have to use the entire chain. You can cut off certain parts and make it your own. I'm not a professional. I just like to do things my own way. Finally, in the chain is a chorus effect. For some reason, it seems that I'm using this every time now. The last 3 vocals I've done have used the chorus effect in it. It widens it up and also gives it like a little flanged, cool effect to it. I kind of like it. It doesn't make the vocals sound as clean, but that's not what we're going for here. We're looking at modulation, chorus, mono to stereo, and within it, I have a 35% mix this time with 5% intensity and 5 rate. I believe if you don't, it's 50% and 10% intensity. I lowered them. So the full chain before the very important bus sounds like this.
Fuck my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit.
Now that doesn't sound good. bus 1. There is no bus 2, so let me just freaking delete it. Alright, bus 1. So in bus 1, we have 2 plugins, a distortion and a space designer. Most importantly, distortion goes first. When you make a bus, you have to have it in the right order or else it sounds weird. Distortion, mono. I prefer the regular distortion. This is easy to use and it sounds the best. 0.5 drive with a 20,000 tone. -8 output, even at 0.5, it still adds a lot of good effect. And then secondly, we have a space designer, my favorite plugin, Reverb, Space Designer, Mono Stereo, and within it, the vibes gave me empty church vibes. Large, indoor space, 3.2 empty church, -10 wet, -23 dry. The voice is very in the atmosphere and not directly in front of your face. That's why we did that way. And go in the output EQ and just cut off the high. We don't want the high EQ sounds to be going into the reverb. That is about it for the lead chain, and we will set the bus to 0.3.
The full chain, when you play it, it sounds like this. Fuck my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit. All she want is payback for the way I always play that shit.
Now it looks like we got a backup track. How to get the backup? Just hit Command D twice. DD. King DDD. And now what you'd want to do is record the same track twice. For starters, we're gonna make these -8 or whatever volume you prefer, but make it quieter. And now one's panned to -40 and the other one's +40. That'll make them on the sides to make the vocals sound more full. And then in the chain, make the buses at 6. And then as well as the first EQ is different. And this is all I did. So with the backups, you want to go into the first EQ and just grab the purple and just drop it down to make it flat. Because we want to have it buried in the background more and not combating the high end of the lead vocal. Do you see what I'm saying? So in its entirety, the vocal sounds like this.
Fuck my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you could say that shit. All she want is payback for the way I always play that shit.
Hey, that's it for the vocal. Now we're gonna just freestyle and have a good time with it. I don't know what I could freestyle for this, but I'm just gonna go gung-ho.
I don't know, but I'ma sing just like I had to. I went to the parlor and I got a panda tattoo. It could be the panda right from Kung Fu Panda. Jack Black paid the panda and I cannot say Amanda. Ask me if I do this every day and I say often. If you mess with me, I'll put your body in a coffin.
Analyzing transient. Well, that's about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, learned something as well. And if you didn't, that's okay. Please make sure to subscribe, notification bell as well as leave a like and a comment. And also my description down below is chock full of amazing things, including preset packs. Which, like I always say, if you use them and make a song, send it to me. I will listen. I will respond. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a cover that how to sound like Lil Peep and save that. And Logic Pretend is only stock plugins. And like always, love you guys. We out.